complete dominance. Unbelievable, tactically superior. Managed a lot of the threats that we knew would come from Kaizer Chiefs. They're a very awkward team to deal against because they mix between building from the back and then of course utilizing the strengths that they have with the two strikers on top. And we knew we'd have to deal with the long balls that come from the centre backs, Matoho and Cardoso, looking for Nurkovic and Castro on the shoulders of both our lateral fullbacks and our centre backs in between there. And once you manage that, then you've also got to deal with the situation that Sassman and Blom come into your zone 2. But they don't come into zone 2 to establish play, they come into zone 2 to deliver balls into the box, and we managed that as well. We dealt with that very, very well. So the first half we were in complete control. We went into the break 1-0 up. Of course, another big decision that didn't go against us after we stole the ball from Akpe. And then Akpe tries to make up for the mistake that he makes, but be that as it may, the game goes on and 1-0 at halftime. We come back and from a relatively simple situation where we tried to use our fullbacks to come out, we get to a situation where we are trapped, and Pube also then has to recover and try to make up for the mistake that he made in that situation. Very similar to Akpe's situation. A foul is given and a second yellow is given, and then the red card comes. In that moment we're trying to reshuffle because, as I said to you, key to Chiefs is the wing play and the fullbacks coming into zone 2 and to deliver balls into the box. And when we don't have Utube, then you are saying to Sassman, climb a little bit more and deliver balls in, and then there's possibilities of Ukama beating behind into the dead zone. And while we are still trying to reshuffle our defensive structure so that we've got a bit of balance offensively also, we concede the equalizer. And from then on, it becomes very difficult because they go on to get a penalty after they put a bit of sustained pressure, which is normal when you're 10 men down. But gallant performance, you know. I was saying outside that in certain moments I felt like I was Picasso, you know, Pablo Picasso, and admiring the Mona Lisa painting, because you just cannot. When you love football and you love everything that is associated with football, you just cannot help but admire the Orlando Pirates players. They were unbelievable today. They fought hard, especially when they were one-man shot. You could see with the pressure, but with regards to how they covered the pitch, how they galvanized each other, how they motivated each other, they were colossal. They were beasts. And I must tell you, I've got a lot of years of coaching ahead of me. But I can tell you this much: those Orlando Pirates players have got a new family member in me, because they prepared to look after my back, and this is what humbles me. I'm going to reiterate what I said during the week. The officials need help. It doesn't help bashing the referees. It's not going to solve anything. We need to support them, and we need to find solutions to improve the standard of officiating in this country, and I will leave. The only thing where you can get your benefits is from medical aids, and so fortunately Orlando Pirates has got a sponsor from Standard Bank, and there's no medical aid, so no comment. The changes can be explained. We had a lot of injuries, and I keep saying this, but as I say, we've got 34 players in the squad, so whenever anyone is injured, we've got to find solutions. We don't cry and complain, but we give opportunities to others. And that's why we've used so many players this season, you know, and now we're getting a clean bill of health, the hospital beds are empty. And we are in a situation where we are able to choose our best team every time based on meritocracy. And whoever plays well will don the black and white jersey. And this is what we focus on at this moment in time. So, have I found the starting lineup? The starting lineup finds itself at Pirates. The ones that play well, the ones that deserve to be on the pitch will always be on the pitch, regardless of creed, religion, or whatever. We try to do our best to make sure that we've got the strongest starting 11. In fact, strongest 18 for every match. You've got to watch the match for that. You know, sometimes I said at the beginning, Pirates don't need a coach that talks too much at this moment. Our talking we have to do on the pitch. And if anyone is still questioning the commitment of the players to the cause, then I think they must replay the 45 minutes, in fact, 45 minutes plus the extra 30 minutes of today's match. If you still have question marks on other players committed to the cause, other players fighting for Coach Rhulani, I think the answer is on the pitch. And I don't want them to fight for me, by the way. I want them to fight for the bench. I want them to play for the supporters, and I want them to play for this big institution because it's greater than me. But if you want to still have doubts about these honest gentlemen, then you replay the match and you get the answers. I've got nothing but respect for them, and like I said to you, in me, they've got an older brother for life. No, listen. If you look at this and we put these things into perspective, let's go to Orlando Pirates' last 5 games, including this one. This one, Kaizer Chiefs, 2-2. We lose on penalties. Last season, we lost in the same competition, okay, in the final, on penalties. But we've lost also in the MTN 8 on penalties. We lost in the Nedbank Cup on penalties. Unfortunately, this one we lose to a bitter rival, which is a little bit difficult to swallow because we also feel that we should have won the game. Perspective again, the previous game against Highlands Park at the Makulo Stadium where Orlando Pirates has not been able to pick up 3 points. And for the first time, we picked up 3 points. So a draw over 90 and 120 minutes, a draw against Kaizer Chiefs, 2-2. A win against Highlands Park. We lost to Stellenbosch, a game we shouldn't have lost, where we created almost 32 chances at goal and we should have scored. So we lost that game. Okay, fine. The final score is what matters. We lost that one. Perspective. Then you go to the Stellenbosch game that we won. And we won 1-0. And then you go to Cape Town City, where we also were 2-0 down and we came back. You make it 2-2 and 3-2, and in the final stages, we drew the match 3-3. Now in Pirates' last 5 matches, there's 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 defeat. Now if that is not an upward trajectory, and you don't see that as progress, I don't know what is. I mean, and no team can win each and every single game, but from where we come from, where we've been conceding goals, losing matches week in, week out, we've managed to stabilize the ship, and we've managed. And the reality is this, that we are 2 points off 4th spot. Now, it makes the next league games very, very important. So we can get a little bit closer to competing for the championship. And that's what we have to focus on for now. So there's a lot of progress and there's a lot of positives. And this is what we want to focus on. We want to focus on the positives. And like I said to you, if you look at basically the results and don't consider penalties, then you understand that out of the last 5 games, we've won 2, we've drawn 2, and we've only lost 1. So for us, we don't feel the pressure. For us, we don't feel the crisis. Ours is to make sure now, which is important because we've proven that we can win games. Ours is now is to find a bit of consistency and win 2 games, 3 games, 4 games in a row. And so that is what we focus on. So I see a couple of Springbok jerseys, which is fantastic. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I think it's great news, and having done it already twice, having already beaten the British, and to go and beat them again in the final says a lot about our character within the rugby fraternity as a sport. But it's good because it injects the country with a lot of positivity in a difficult time where the country is undergoing a lot of pain and pressure and instability, be it within the sporting arena or in politics or in business and economics. But for the Springboks to come back and to hoist our flag high and for the entire world to see, we congratulate them. I think it's important to do that. We congratulate them, and we want to enjoy their victory. Unfortunately, our own selves take precedence sometimes, and we put ourselves before other people, and that's life, unfortunately. But when you learn to celebrate other people's joys and successes, you learn that, hey, let's park a little bit the Pirates result and celebrate Amapopo, because not only have they done the country proud in increasing the happiness index, because you know when Pirates loses, the happiness index of South Africa is affected greatly. You know, there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of admission into hospitals, you know the story. So our responsibility is to make sure that we congratulate Amapopo for supporting Orlando Pirates. They supported Orlando Pirates today, so we congratulate them.